You want to get personalized and know your audience so that you may be able to connect with them, especially if you're finding clients. If you do not know how to talk directly to your clients and they make you irrelevant because you're not directly talking to them and because you're just creating content for YouTube but not talking to them, this is the exact blueprint that you can follow, because this is what we're talking about, the power of personification, how freelancers and creators can sell like big brands. So in the personification, it's all about, if you can't become your customer, you can't serve them. Personification builds empathy and resonance. If you do not know how to talk to your wife and you're just talking to her like some stranger, you would not connect and that relationship would not build. You have to create a deeper connection with your audience or your target market. Analogy for this is like method acting. Step into your audience role. You cannot feel the actor if you don't become the actor. The brand personality. Every brand has human traits. Apple, minimalist or visionary. Nike, driven athletic. MrBeast, generous, so it's larger than life. The question is, how do you position yourself or your personal brand or the brand or the product or the service that you are providing to your customer? What personality are you trying to convey as you offer your service? Analogy for this. Your brand is a character in a Netflix series. If your character is more about salesy, pushy, and you're approaching your customer in that tone or in that offer, you will not get them. So it's important to have a personality. You don't want to work with someone who is boring. You want to work with someone who is always there, or someone who is intelligent, someone who has authority. The brand tone. The voice language your brand speaks. So it's like an Ali Abdaal. If you know him, I think you pretty much know he's a productivity YouTube guy. The way he talks, the way he presents his videos is how. Friendly, teacherly. Gary V. Raw, upfront, motivational. Jab, jab, jab. Canva. Simple, approachable, convenient, easy to use, that you can even use to across of your brands. And very beginner friendly actually. It's just plug and play. So that's the brand tone. Analogy for this. Your tone is like your character accents plus vibe. If your product, if your service, or if you yourself, your personal brand doesn't have that character accent or vibe that resonates with your target market, you would not connect. So there's a tip for crafting your persona. You build a consistent personality. No flip-flopping. I've done this before. I try to flip my personality and it sacrifice my authenticity. It doesn't feel right and it doesn't connect to the audience. And I do not even know who am I talking to while I'm speaking in the camera. But if I know there's one person listening to me, that he's 22 to 25 plus and he's working as a freelancer and a part-time content creator who lives in the US. He's a citizen Filipino, but in combination of a little bit in the US. And his goal is here, his fears is there. And I saw his fictional picture. Then I'm talking to that guy, and that is you. Or that woman, and that is you. So add small quirks like habits or favorite tools. Keep motivation front plus the center. Stay authentic to your core values, especially if you're a brand or especially if you have a personal brand. So analogy for this is like creating a video game avatar with stats. Writing consumer persona. So it's all about, if you want to start, you have to be curious. It's all about research habits plus platforms. You can even use AI to be able to know your target market. Or sometimes the best target market is you because you understand yourself first. And you're just teaching that version of yourself that is younger, who doesn't know this, who doesn't know that, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, it doesn't matter. You gotta be empathetic. It keeps them stuck. If you are speaking to the audience, their tone, you can keep them stuck. Frame as a story. In sales, it's all about storytelling. People buy with emotions, not by logic. And how can you do that? You don't have to drama. You just have to storytell. From problem to transformation. That's why people and even adults are so engaged in story form rather than long lecture with research and citation. So you have to focus on their journey, not just their demographics or information or hacks, tactics, or where they live and stuff. like writing your client's biography in advance, even if it doesn't exist for now. So the example for this, for example, there's a YouTube scaler and you're a coach. So his income is $2,000 per month from freelance editing. That's his gig. And the goal is to scale to $8,000 with inbound leads. So follows Ali Abdaal, MrBeast, Notion creators. The brand tone fit would be, if you're talking to that guy, it's all about being a coach, being a friend. You do this, you do that, like a senior editor helping your editor level up. So this one is the example. Another one is an AI freelancer who watch your videos. His income is $1,500 per month managing client operations. He uses tools like, and even loves to use Notion, Zapier, ChatGPT. Basically, if you see the contacts here, it's all about using tools. And he follows Iman Gatsi, Alex Ramosi, and his goal is he wants systems to save time so that he can earn more money or do what does he like, or automate his client something. If you want to talk with that guy, you have to be an architect and engineer voice. Like for example, if you want to get systems, all you have to do is to create a funnel that works like this. One of the things that you have to do is to be able to engineer your funnels with automations. And I'm going to show you how. See, I talk like an architect. I talk like an engineer that is organized, systemized. And the analogy here is like being a mechanic that upgrades their car engine. What's missing in your car is a new pipeline. Or the reasons why your car doesn't run is because your engine is too hot and it really needs a replacement like that. Finally, one of the examples of the persona will be content consultant. With the content consultant, mostly it gives advices. So its income is $3,000 per month from strategy calls and follows like Gary Vee, Vanessa Lau, Justin Walsh. The goal is to move from hustle to authority. He doesn't just want to hustle, get clients, earn money, but wants to build an authority as a coach so that how can you talk to that guy? Not just a Barbie tone, not just a girly tone, but someone who is a trusted advisor. He wants to learn how to build authority. He will listen to someone who sounds like, who knows what he's doing, who has an authority, like a coach calling, plays in the basketball. Hey, you're doing this wrong, and you're doing this right. I want you to continue that. That's authority. Now, for the exercise time, you have to pick your client type. Is it a scaler, AI freelancer, consultant? If you are having an own freelance business, what clients are you targeting? Is it small to medium business owners? Or is it someone who is just also a freelancer, an agency owner you want to sell media buying services? It really depends because you have to know them. One of the tips is to write their weekday plus weekend routine so that you may be able to know their schedules and how they find you and to have touch point into your digital positioning that, for example, they open their phone every 7 a.m. You post on Facebook or in 10 a.m. they do TikTok scrolling. You post at that time. You have to test your messaging with real prospect. Analogy. Step into the sneakers before selling. Then the shoes. Use your product first before you sell it. So the flow here is brand personality. Know it first, then the tone, then the persona, then you create story, strategy, and then messaging. Closing. Personification equals empathy in business. When freelancers act like global brands, they scale faster, connect deeper, and build authority. If you want more content like this and stuff and want to get deep dive with the systems, tools that amazing networks know about this and that, link in the YouTube description. I have a school community that you can join. Thank you.